Denzel Titan.
Didn't even go for the pin.
No, not at all. Just went to inflict more punishment is what he did, Norm. And again, Titan is trying to fire back. A couple of shots, a couple more. He's got to get to his feet. He's got to make it to that corner to get the Black Velvet as soon as he can. Snapmare up and over. This Crimson with his feet on the ropes. Boy, they have taken it to Denzel Titan for the better part of 10 minutes now. And Andy Chene going where he likes to go, which is up top. And boy, oh my gosh. He just delivered that leg drop. He actually just threw his entire body weight on top of that knee. And what do you call this? What kind of crap do you call that, Norm?
Effective.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. Maybe not textbook, but effective.
You know, whether you agree with the tactics or not, it's effective.
Well, that's why Andy Chene is a co-holder of the Tag Team Championship. Has him in that front face lock. And Titan is still feeling that knee, but he is trying to fire back. Couple of shots into the middle, and Andy Chene calls in Crimson. Calling in Crimson. And Chene is trying to, oh, look at that. He's trying to keep that hand. Boy, and they are reaching. They are reaching, and Andy Chene doing whatever he can to keep that tag from happening. Now Crimson is into the ring. And there's the tag, Norm. He made the tag.
But the referee didn't see it.
And Black Velvet, he should be the legal man.
And now a double team on Denzel Titan. And there was no tag there.
No, not at all. Not at all. Well, Andy Chene is one of the dirtiest players in the game when need be, and you'll do whatever you can to hold on to those tag titles.
Andy Chene, Jerry Graham arguing again.
Now we see Crimson, he's hanging Titan into that trio. Whoa. Titan's chest is just so exposed, and Titan trying to cover up with that arm, but it's not doing much good.
Boomer, he's totally helpless where he's at.
I didn't know what Crimson is going to do here.
It ain't going to be good. Oh, Denzel Titan.
He tried to
you
avoid
got to have
it.
Incredible abdominals. Look at that. Bulldog type maneuver.
I'm not even sure what to call that. I mean, it was effective. It took Crimson down. Titan got up out of the way, hooked the head of Crimson, and dropped down in some sort of like diamond cutter. And now it's going to be who can make that tag first.
The crowd here in Toledo definitely behind the hometown CIA.
And it looks like it's going to be Crimson, but Titan crawling along the ropes. Titan makes the tag. Now Denzel Titan makes the tag. Black Velvet is in, clothesline to Andy Chene.
Black Velvet, look at that bicycle drop kick.
Wow. One-legged drop kick, flips up and over his opponent. Chene goes off the ropes. Big back elbow. Crimson is sent in.
Oh, my.
Look at that elevation of that black elbow, that back elbow from Denzel Titan.
Not only did he catch Crimson under the chin, Crimson also hit the back of his head.
Yeah. Man, there's so much going on, Norm. I can't even call this.
And then there goes Black Velvet. He did hang on.
Now Andy Chene catches Denzel Titan.
Oh, gosh, a big belly-to-belly.
That was huge. Suplexed him right out of his boots.
Oh!
And look at that.
All four men.
Oh, just pure carnage right now. And Dr. Jerry Graham is still watching intently at ringside as Black Velvet climbs to the top. Crimson cuts him off. That huge punch. What's Crimson going to do now?
This ain't going to be good either.
No, there's no chance of this being good.
Oh, my!
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no, that's got to do it. Oh, and how did he get out?
I have no clue. I don't even know how to call that. It's another move, and we've seen about 5 of them in this match that we just don't even know how to call.
I didn't see any way that Black Velvet was going to kick out of that.
Now Titan attacks Crimson. Crimson with the reversal. Titan is caught up in the ropes. Crimson gets ahead of steam.
Up, there goes Crimson.
Him, yeah. Pulls that low bridge. Crimson goes to the outside, and he does not look happy about that. And he's trying to get that chain of Andy Chene's.
Crimson going for the chain. Jerry Graham took it away from him.
Chene does not want to, or Jerry Graham doesn't want Crimson to get that chain.
They're battling over the chain on the outside.
Action on the inside.
Oh, and there comes Denzel Titan.
With that crossbody through the second and third rope into the front row of fans here.
Black Velvet still down. Andy Chene got one right in the nose.
Oh, my gosh.
Denzel Titan, I'm not sure if he quite knows where he's at.
And look at that. Flips him up and over. They kind of catch each other, but they collide just a little bit. But Titan is up on his feet. And a code breaker.
Oh!
Into a super kick. Both wrestlers cover.
Got him.
And Norm, we've got new champions. CIA regaining the titles.
Your winners and new WWA World Tag Team Champions, Black Velvet, Denzel Titan, CIA.
What a match that was. So much innovative offense, so much that we've never seen before. That's what action here in the WWA is all about, but it looks like there's some sort of dissension here between Graham and Andy Chene.
Andy Chene and Jerry Graham going nose to nose.
Well, it's like Andy Chene is upset that Dr. Jerry Graham wouldn't let Crimson use that chain. Now Crimson is back in the ring.
Oh, he's not happy.
No, not at all.
Crimson's not happy. Oh,
That's
now
the wrong thing to do.
he pushes Jerry Graham. Now wait. Now
Graham pushes back as he should.
This is not good. Oh my goodness!
He just punched Dr. Jerry Graham.
Crimson's all over Jerry Graham.
And Andy Chene is trying to pull Crimson off of Graham.
Oh, this is totally broken down. Andy Chene and Jerry Graham may have their differences, but Andy Chene is always going to back Jerry Graham.
Well, we're going to get a bad spot. They're tearing up Somerset Hall here as Crimson and Andy Chene are going at it.
Oh, Andy Chene, Crimson toe-to-toe, all the way back to the locker room.
So let me get this straight, Norm. Andy Chene was upset at Jerry Graham for not letting Crimson use the chain. They're arguing. Crimson attacks Jerry Graham from behind, but Andy Chene is like, no one attacks Jerry Graham but me. Then Crimson and Andy Chene go at it.
Andy Chene is always going to stick up for Jerry Graham, whether they have their differences or not.
Andy Chene taking on Crimson. We saw what happened to Dr. Jerry Graham on the last show because, as you said, no one knocks Dr. Jerry Graham down but you.
No one touches Dr. Graham except for me when I know he deserves it. He's been annoying me for a bit, but it doesn't matter. No one lays their hands on him. You listen to me, you sick freak. You colored face cross from Muda and frickin' Sting. You step into my world, I'll give you something you'll really enjoy. A taste of the freaking chain, you bum. I'll tell you, I'm beyond mad. Don't you ever touch this man. Ever. And you step in the ring with me, I'm going to show you pain like you've never felt before, freak show. Tell him how it's going to be, Graham.
Well, what Crimson didn't quite understand, and what a lot of people don't understand, is this relationship between Andy Chene and myself is like a father and a son. And sometimes a father and a son can be fighting, but you strike the father or the son and watch how fast they come together again. And that's just what happened. I was shocked when Crimson laid his hands on me. I'm not a young man anymore. I don't profess to be tough anymore. He lays his hands on me, and I'm proud that Andy is stepping up and doing the right thing.
I always do the right thing. Back to back, anytime, Crimson, I had your back and I was going to be there for you. But you touched this man and you stepped into the fire with Andy Chene. Now I'm going to knock the freaking paint off you, boy.
Former tag team partners, former tag team champions do battle as Andy Chene takes on his former partner, Crimson. And Crimson, and trust me, I did not want to be here for this, but I've got to ask this. We saw what happened the last time at Somerset Hall. When you laid your hands on Dr. Jerry Graham, what possessed you to do something as heinous as that?
So Andy Chene is upset about what I did to that relic. Dr. Jerry Graham, huh? Whoops. Boy, is my face red. Andy Chene, what you don't realize is you stood in my way. Dr. Jerry Graham stood in my way. Nobody stands in my way. You call me a freak. Come April 11th, you too will wear the crimson mask. But don't let the cheery disposition fool you. Sometimes even assassins come with smiles.
You know, I'm really worried that this might be more than Andy Chene, even with Dr. Jerry Graham, can handle. We're going to see how this shakes out Sunday, April 11th at Somerset Hall, WWA Superstar Wrestling.